What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, here to bring you my predictions video for this week's big, huge game, the game of games for us for every single year against the one and only Ohio State Buckeyes. And I want to bring you basically my takeaway, my prediction of what I think is going to happen in this game, and tell you what I think are the keys to us getting this victory this weekend and this Saturday. So before I get started into that, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. Do you think we have a chance of winning this game? Do you think that it's just going to be another year, another loss? Or do you think that we actually have a fighting chance this year? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. So anyways, getting into the video, personally, I know everybody else out there doesn't think that we have a chance. We're just going through the motions. Ohio State's going to steamroll over us. It's going to be a margin of victory of 50 touchdowns, all that good stuff. That's what I've been hearing. But I'm here to tell you I don't think it's going to be like that. And here's the reason why. I'm seeing some parallels in this game, and some of it, I've seen a lot of people talking about 1969 and the first year that Bo was coach of Michigan, and they had the upset win and ruined Ohio State's perfect season and blah blah blah. And I see those parallels, but to me, I wasn't alive when that happened, so I can't sit here and say that I know how that felt and saw the game and all that stuff. I don't know. But the parallel that I see, it's not an exact parallel, but I see some similarities, is a season that was actually way more recent than that, and that's last year. So last year, I know, and this happened with us. Last year, our team, though we weren't perfect, we lost the first game, very close game versus Notre Dame by a touchdown. And then we went on to rattle off 10 straight wins in a row, just dismantling teams, steamrolling over teams, very confident in the number 4 slot in the playoffs. Just need this one win to go to the Big Ten championship, then go to the playoffs. Team was riding a wave of confidence. Felt like they were unbeatable. Defense was playing well. Offense, not the greatest, but still playing decently. Basically had a very high sense of confidence. On the other end, you had an Ohio State team that was kind of like up and down for the whole year. The record didn't show it, but they won, a lot of games at the last second, didn't play well in a few of the road games. And, coming into that game against Michigan, there wasn't a lot of confidence on their side. And we know how the game ended up being. So you had one team in Michigan that was just full of confidence. You had an Ohio State team that kind of had an up and down year, regardless of what their record said. And, to me, it just kind of reflects on how this season's been for Michigan, where it's been an up and down season. We had a couple bad losses. Well, one really bad loss, one real close loss. But it's been an up and down season for us. We've been, kind of inconsistent with how we've played for the whole year. Our first half of the year is way different than our second half of the year. And it's a reflection of, a few things, us, I guess, coming together and figuring things out over this last half of the season. Not turning the ball over like we did in the first half of the season. Playing better on offense, playing better on defense, improving. All that has worked itself into how we are right now as a football team. So the team that got smoked by Wisconsin is definitely not the team that is playing right now coming into this game. And one of the things that I think really, really hurt us last year coming into this game was I felt as though we were very, the players just seemed very dismissive of the game, overconfident, almost cocky about it. They weren't really taking this game seriously for whatever reason. I remember watching Karan Higdon and who else was it? I can't remember who else was beside him. And they were interviewing the players, and they were like, it's just another game. We just want to take it 1 week at a time. This is just another game on the schedule. They weren't giving the Ohio State players the respect that they deserve for this game. And I remember watching that and just cringing because I was like, man, what are these guys doing? Like, why are you going to be almost disrespectful about this game? You should, regardless of how well or how you felt that the opponent was playing for the year, you should have still given these guys the amount of respect that they deserve for this game. And we just came out, and I guess part of it was just that we didn't respect our opponent properly, and we got smoked. That's just the bottom line with that. Don Brown's defense, he didn't respect. I don't know if he didn't respect Ohio State's speed, but he didn't play. He didn't have a proper game plan. He felt like all he had to do was just show up with his defense and his schemes, his man defense, and that's all he had to do. He didn't have to do anything to properly prepare for these guys. It was just going to work itself out, and we see how that worked out. So this year, it's a lot different. I can see that Don Brown has learned, at least, we'll see what happens in the game. But to me, I feel as though he's learned his lesson. And because of that, over the course of this year, he's been building his defense, preparing for this game. It may not necessarily have seemed that way, but to me, this whole season, his offense has been, not his offense, but his defense has been predicated on building towards playing this game. No matter what it seems like, he's actually taken the time to prepare for this game. And this team has actually started playing zone. It's actually worked towards trying to kill that notion that all you have to do is just do crossing routes to neutralize Don Brown's defense. To me, a lot of that stuff has been worked out, and it's going to come down to, can we get enough pressure on the quarterback? So I feel as though this year we're just a reverse of what Ohio State was last year. I see a lot of people being real cocky and confident about Ohio State in this game. I watched their show where I guess they had their guys, just like the Detroit Free Press has their thing with Michigan. The people in Ohio, Columbus, had their own media people that had their video, and even them, they seem real cocky about it. Like, they just felt as though we have no chance. It's just another game, really, and we can't do nothing to them, and all sorts of stuff. They're real overconfident about it. I haven't really heard anything about the players, but I think a lot of people, the fans especially, are real overconfident about this game. They feel as though that Ohio State is an unbeatable team. It's just the destiny that they're going to go undefeated. They're going to the playoffs. Michigan has no chance. It's going to be just another year. And I mean, I would be very, very careful about that. I felt that way about Michigan last year at this time, and it's always something that can happen. It's always different when your team goes on the road to play a game, especially a game against your rival. So this game is not going to be an automatic game. Up until this point this year, this is going to be by far, and I know Ohio State fans are not going to believe this or agree with this, but to me, this is the most difficult game that these guys will play all year, because up until this point, all of their challenging games, I'm doing with the finger quotes, have been at home. They haven't played anyone of any value away from home. They played Penn State at home. They played Wisconsin at home. I mean, they haven't really had any real true challenge away from home. So, to me, this is going to be their most difficult game. When you go on the road, things always change. That's why I was not even confident about Michigan going up to Bloomington and playing Indiana. I mean, ended up winning by 25 points, but the second they put on those white unis and went on the road, I became concerned because of Indiana being a decent team and just our track record of playing away from home. Anything can happen when you go on the road, and this is, I'll be honest with you. Up until this point, under Harbaugh's tenure, they played. Now this will be the fifth game. He's only played 2 games at home and 2 away. 2 games at home. The first one was the first year he was there. It was a close game, and then at halftime, the second half we just got blown out. Then go fast forward 2 years from there. That's the year that we had the legend John O'Corn at quarterback. I think if anybody that had any type of passing talent other than him was our quarterback, probably would have won that game. I mean, good God, it was John O'Corn. So this is going to be, up until this point, probably our best opportunity. I'm not gonna say our best opportunity because we had that infamous not goal line, but fourth down spot game that they came up short. But that's for another video. I really do think that we have an opportunity to win this game, and so I'm just gonna briefly talk about what I think is going to be the key to us getting this victory for this game. First and foremost, we have to be able to, on defense, play a lights out game on defense. So one of the keys and one of the big issues last year with us getting blown out was, of course, obviously Don Brown's defensive scheme, where he thought that it'd be a genius idea to play man the whole goddamn game. Now, why he would do that, I don't know, but obviously it didn't work out too well. And whenever he did try to throw in zone, it didn't work out well either because we're used to playing zone. We're used to playing man like the whole game, every game. So you can't just decide to, out of nowhere you're going to just throw out a zone. I remember a few touchdowns where guys were just standing wide open in the end zone. It was because the players didn't know where they should be because they've never played zone up until this point. So having Brandon Watson trying to cover someone over the course of the field while he's running crossing routes or whatever the case may be, it was just a nightmare. Haskins had all day. We didn't have any type of pass rush. Chase Winovich was injured. Devin Bush ended up getting injured. Rashawn Gary was going through the motions and wasn't really playing 100%. I think even David Long got injured in the game. So we were down like, our four top NFL bound players, we were down. We had zero pass rush. Haskins had all day to pass the football. So our front seven for this game has to be lights out for this game. We have to be able to get pressure on Fields, but at the same token, have someone like Cam McGrone spying the quarterback, not allowing him to beat us with his legs. The game, from what I see, the forecast, it's going to be an ugly game, something probably even worse, not monsoon rain worse than Notre Dame game, but it's going to be cold, chance of snow, rain. It's going to be a miserable day. So who knows how that's going to work out as far as quarterback play for the game. So we can't allow Fields to just be running around and doing this thing, and we don't properly contain him. We have to be able to get to the quarterback versus the quarterback and try to do it with rushing four. No blitzing if we can. If we do, it has to be in a way that confuses him, and a lot of stunting, a lot of potentially zone blitzing, like how the Iowa game was, where sometimes it seemed like more guys were coming than they were, and the offensive line was confused and didn't know who was coming and where they were coming from. And even though it looked like they were blitzing, they were actually only rushing four and dropping people back into coverage, and just completely throwing the quarterback off because he didn't know whether or not they were running zone, whether they were running man, who was going back in coverage, who was rushing the quarterback. It was a guessing game, and that split second of doubt, trying to read the defense while the pass rush was coming, was enough. That's what we're going to need for this game. We need Fields to sit there and try to gauge, guess, try to read the defense, as opposed to already knowing who to throw it to, where his checkdowns are, where his safety valve is. We don't need him to have the time to figure all that out. We want him to be just rushing, throwing it where he thinks the coverage is going to be, and just guessing. That's going to be the key for our defense. Throwing him off, keeping him off balance, and not giving him the same look time after time. That's what's going to be the key for us on defense. We have to be able to contain Fields, but also be able to stop the run. Like I said, this is going to be an ugly game, so defense is going to be key in this game, and we can't allow them to have a huge running game and a huge running day, whether it be Dobbins or Fields or whoever. We have to be able to bottle up the run and basically make Fields beat us with his arm. I know how great he's played for the year, but I think a lot of that is due to their running game and getting that going, and because of that, teams are trying to stop that. It leaves their passing game open through play action and through open sets and stuff like that. We need to be able to force them and make them one-dimensional and stop them from running the football and just make it where they're passing under duress. On the other side of football, this is going to be our biggest challenge as far as trying to beat their defense. Their defense has been lights out, top of the charts, number one defense for the year. So this is where we're really going to see whether or not our offense has really turned a corner, or if it was just beating teams that weren't really good on pass defense. Running the football is going to be the utmost importance because of the weather. So honestly, I think that if it is bad weather and the conditions are bad, I feel as though that we might have the advantage as far as that goes. I don't know how well, you know, Ohio State is going to be in bad weather. We've been used to playing in bad weather for the last few games, especially including that Notre Dame game where it was a monsoon. So I'm interested to see how well we can run the football against their defense and how well we can pass versus their defense. Obviously, they got that monster in Chase Young that we have to be able to block. So I hope that our offensive line has their best game of the season and that they give him the amount of respect that he deserves. Double team him. Don't let him be the one that wrecks the game for us. Try to eliminate him as much as possible. It's going to be, it's going to be the line that determines how well we play. We just have to play smart, mistake-free football. We have to, win the battle of turnovers, so we can't be turning the ball over. That stuff is going to kill us. We just have to play a smart game up here, not start slow. We have to be able to, whatever shot that they try to take at us, we have to be able to withstand that. So whether that's in the second quarter, which seems to be their best quarter, we have to be able to withstand that shot that they give. So it'd be nice if we were up early so that whenever they try to make their run, we can absorb that, and then it's going to be a key game going down to the wire. I don't think this is going to be no blowout. The line is about 8.5, so obviously Vegas doesn't feel as though this is going to be some big blowout game where they're winning 62 to 20 or 45 to 10, like all these clowns that are making, watching these videos are saying that Ohio State's going to beat us by. This is going to be a close game. So I think this is going to be a close game. It's a rivalry game. It's the last game of the season. The weather conditions may not be the greatest. So I think this game is going to come down to the wire. And the reason why I'm thinking Michigan is going to win this game, besides the fact I'm a Michigan fan, is because I feel as though that this game is going to be closer than what people think, and Michigan playing at home is going to be the difference between us winning and losing this game. Like I said, if this were on the road, I'd have a different feeling about it, but this is a home game, and Harbaugh and this team has been a completely different team when they play at home. So I feel as though we're going to win the game. It's going to be a close game. So I'm seeing something like 28-24 that we win. So that's how I feel. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about the score. Do you think we will actually win this game, or do you think it's going to be in the Buckeyes' favor? Let me know how you feel. Definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. I know this is a bit of a lengthy video, but this is the game. And if I didn't think this video was already as long as it is, I'd still be talking about it. So please leave a like on the video. Let me know how you feel about the game, whether you think that we have a chance or not. And if you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make more content. I'm dropping this video a little bit earlier than usual because I'm going to have company for Thanksgiving. So if you're watching this video on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your day. Stay safe out there. And, Saturday, 12:30, definitely watch the game. I'm going to be watching it, rooting for our team, and waiting for that victory. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and as always, go Blue.